Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Mahad, I'm the owner of the Learn Podcast and the founder of New Empire Media. Today I'm running interviews and making some great content with the great interviewees I have. And today we're actually going to be interviewing Mr. Dill. If you want to tell us about yourself?
What would I start? I don't even know. Like, what would I call myself? I don't know. I don't like to put myself into one box.
Exactly.
Because I do so many different things, but I just say I'm a creative mind just trying to get ideas into the universe.
I like that. I respect that. And let's forget the format even. Let's just have a free conversation.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, not being put in a box. I think that's so important because as a multifaceted creative, I don't like it when people just assume that that's not even it's just no, I don't want to be defined by just one skill or trait I involve myself in. It's I'm more than just what I do for work.
Exactly.
Right? And people, I think the whole being put in a box, it's fine for people that just want to be limited to doing that one or two thing, but
for sure.
Why would you only want to be great at one thing, right?
Exactly.
That's my thing.
That's up to you at the end of the day, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with zeroing in and focusing on a specific skill and trade and mastering that skill and trade because that just brings your numbers up.
For sure.
But if you master 6 or 7 different trades,
that's more
that just brings your numbers even higher. So I try to be the latter.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And let's talk about the benefits, I guess, the pros versus cons and between the two skills of the trade, but as opposed to getting a hyper-focused lens and tunnel visioning, or actually you know what, I'm gonna dip my foot in here and there. What do you think is the underlying factor between the two? For me, I think it's passion, because that's what led me to be yo, you know what, I'm gonna try design. I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that because I love it.
Right.
You know, so I don't have to make bank off it yet, but I enjoy it enough to learn it.
Right.
So I think the passion has been the main thing for me to say, you know what, I'm going to try a little bit of everything and see what I like. And now the things that I've stuck, it's passion's gotten me there.
I think it's experience, because me just from my life, for example, just going through different levels of life, meeting different people and learning different things, it opened my eyes up to things that I would never have thought of before. I used to want to be a soccer player. I grew up playing soccer my whole entire life.
Oh,
I never in a million years would have thought I'd be doing sales and marketing and doing all this stuff. And I would have laughed at you before. So it's just going through life and just learning and being open-minded to different things, different opportunities.
I think that's very important, being open-minded, because it's also about being open to receiving, right? For example, your skill set, I didn't even know I needed something like that in my company until you're yo, I have all these skills. I'm wait, you know what? We could do something. And it's if I were closed tunnel vision and blindsiders on, no, I need photographers, videographers, and editors, then all the great people that I'm interviewing today would not have come my way.
Right.
Because I wouldn't have put it out to the universe. And I think it's just about being accepting and open to receiving.
For sure, 1,000,000%. And the more you're open, the more opportunities the universe will present you.
Absolutely.
If you're closed, your tunnel vision, sure, you'll get whatever the fuck you're focused. Sorry, if I can. I don't know.
You're good, man. You're good.
I'm just my podcast. My podcast,
yeah.
I'm letting the f-bombs find everything.
Yeah,
so I think once you focus on a certain thing, sure, the universe will present you everything that you're focused on. If you focus on a wider range of things, you'll get a wider range of opportunities. Yeah. So why not do that, right?
And I think that's just people themselves want to put themselves in a box. Mm-hmm. They want to be no, I am a finance dude, 9 to 5, and that's my whole life. I don't do anything else but finance, or I don't do it. I know that's not true. And then your Facebook status or your LinkedIn status could say what you do for an occupation. Mm-hmm. But I think in nowadays it's I don't really like to look at what people do for a living. Right. I like to see what people do with their idle time, and that tells you a lot more about a person, what they do when no one's watching, as opposed to what you how sick you are on social media or Instagram or LinkedIn, right? Because again, everyone only shares the dubs. Right?
Exactly.
So for me, it's more about so you're into finance, but you're out here hooping on when you're on your downtime, putting in work in the gym and stuff that says more about you as a person than you crunching numbers for money all day, right? And I think that people that are okay being put in a box are the ones that haven't given themselves a chance to explore their own hobbies and passions, because everyone has more than one hobby. It's not really it's not really rocket science to figure that out. People like different things.
That's true. Yeah. And I think the best example right now would be in music, especially back in the days, an artist was just an artist. They didn't do their own engineering. They didn't do this. They didn't direct their own videos.
Yo, that's huge.
But now you can't survive if you don't.
If you can't mix your own beats, if you can't mix your own vocals, you're just another dude with vocals.
That's it. You will not make it.
No, not even make it. You won't last.
Yeah,
you won't last because you're gonna have to find so many other moving pieces, and people are busy in this trade. Trust me, people are dude, here's a beat pack, write something, let me know if you wanna buy it, right?
Yeah.
That's it. It's people don't really think oh, you know what? Maybe I should learn this because no one else is gonna teach me.
Exactly.
I'll give you a perfect example. Like, you were just in my office. I had the heat press and like the cutter plotter for like doing merchandise. Bro, I don't want to do merchandise. I don't. I know. I look you in the eyes. I look see this on camera.
Yeah.
I don't want to do merchandise.
Right.
I don't want to sit there and learn how to use like an ancient machine, how to cut merchandise to put on the t-shirts. That's fun, but like it's not my main priority.
Exactly.
But I have to go do it because no one in the area was serious about merchandise. So I said, fuck you all, I'm gonna go do this myself because no one's serious. And like, I think that's the main thing, because like, that's the reason why I'm so multifaceted. Because like, I waited on other people to be like, hey, you wanna break bread? You wanna come do this together? You want blah, blah, blah? Yeah, I'll come. And then when it's like, you go do it with yourself, or you're just saying you're not gonna put man's on. It's like, bro, I waited 2 months for you to come, but like, you weren't moving, so I went and did it myself. And that's just the main thing, like, yo, I hate waiting on people. That's why when I showed you my brand tree, like, a lot of the ventures and businesses I have, they're self-sustaining. They're self-sustaining, like, the money, whatever, like, the input goes back into the output, and like, it's just self-sustaining, which is nice. And it's like, I hate waiting on people. Like, I really, really hate waiting on people. And like, people aren't serious. Like the majority of people are not serious about like anything in life. Like, that's the sad truth. Like, they're not serious about anything. Bro, a perfect example is Serb. Okay, like, yo, Serb is a perfect example. I had like people with PhDs, MDs, like, you know, like earned degrees on my Instagram, like, you're doing nothing with your time all summer because they had no one telling them what to do. You give a weak man or woman $2,000 to cover expenses, basic living costs, they'll throw all their ambitions out the window. I swear to you. And like, bro, I took Serb a couple of times when I was living on my condo and stuff, just to be like, yo, like, I'm not working, might as well. But in those months, I was like, yo, bro, like, I don't have to worry about expenses. All my energy can be put into something else. I started a new like workout regimen, a new daily routine. I started reading more, learning new skills. It's like, money can't really give you the life you want. It's a means to an end, right? So I guess the point I'm trying to prove is like, yo, people will really pay more to do less. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they'll really pay more to do less.
Facts.
Kind of thing. But yeah, we kind of ramble on for a bit. Why don't you tell me about your podcast?
So I'm 1/3 of the True North Views podcast, Toronto's official, unofficial hip hop and R&B podcast. They've been in production for a few years now, but they weren't able to get it off the ground, kind of thing. They're still on the ground level of things. So I've been watching them for a little bit. And I thought that I'd reach out to them and see if like we can get some, because I want to do my own podcast. I was working with a couple guys before, but it never panned out. So I reached out to them. They said, cool, let's do it. I did a couple Zoom calls with them beforehand, and then we actually did our first episode about 2 months ago, I want to say now. And then ever since then, the numbers have just been going up and going up and going up. So I just want to keep doing that for moving forward.
Okay, that's great. That's really. It sounds like you have passion for what you do too.
Definitely. Like, I'm a journalism graduate, so like this is definitely in the vein of something that I want to be doing. Like I'm not as much as I love sales, I don't want to do sales for the rest of my life.
No, like, I love sales too. I'm still doing sales for myself, my own company. I don't want to do it the rest of my life.
I don't want to do it because like I will go crazy by the end of my time. So like I want to be able to like transfer the skills that I've learned from sales to other and do the things that I want to do. So I think that's like doing sales has like greatly helped me in terms of like talking to the camera and talking with my hands and like being more expressive and being able to like broadcast my voice in a way that I wasn't able to when I was maybe less educated, less experienced, right? Where was I going?
That's good. Let's talk about sales actually, because I come from a background of sales too. I used to knock doors straight in the cold for like a long time, and it's not an easy job. But like, what would you say it's taught you?
Perseverance. Goal setting, and just like do whatever it takes attitude. Like I went to Sudbury, so I actually was living in Mississauga before I went to Sudbury. So like I went to Sudbury for about 1.5 years. I don't know if you've been to Sudbury yourself, but like the winter there is no joke. So like I'm there knocking doors, -40 degrees in the middle of a blizzard. I go to this one dude's door, and he looks at me like I'm fucking nuts.
He's like, what are you doing outside, bro?
Go home.
Like,
what the fuck are you doing? Go home. Like, bro, I gotta make money.
I gotta get mine. Like,
I was working on 100% commission, bro.
Yeah, see, that's one thing people don't understand. Like, yo, that's like literally what I call that is delusional self-belief. That's what you need to be like, I'm gonna go knock doors in -40 for no pay guaranteed.
It's borderline psychotic.
No, it's insane. It's insane. If you actually say it outside, like out loud, like, hey, I think it's a great day, -20 degree weather, to go knock some doors and work for free unless I get a sale. People will be like, huh? Why would you do that?
It's so true, but
like if you know if you've done it, you're like, oh, you know what? I might check that out because what's the commission saying then?
Yeah,
for one sale,
my
right?
commission was absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
some days I make like 9K in a day.
No shit.
I make like a couple sales and like just go home.
Yeah, I call it a day.
It's called a day, like, or just like I don't know, like I make like $1,000 a week.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes like $1,200 a week, $2,000 a week.
Was this doing telecommunications?
Yeah, I was with Bell.
Ah.
It was a third party company that's like partnered with Bell.
Mm-hmm.
So the commissions were like stupid.
Yeah, because Bell was in. It's crazy. Bell, Rogers, Fido, all these door-to-door, like they have their own door-to-door field sales.
Yeah.
But they pay third-party companies more for the same sales. They don't want to give their own guys because they give their own guys benefits and stuff, and the third parties don't, right?
Exactly.
So like it's a huge business in that sense. But no, like the telecommunications. I did Rogers too, and like, bro, the thing is like, coming from like charity, doing Sick Kids, Donor Works, Red Cross to Rogers, it's like. When you're with Sick Kids and stuff, you're not really selling anything. But like that, people are more like quickly be like, yo, fuck off. I don't want this. Leave me.
Yeah.
But if you're there, you can save them some money or give them something better for the same price they're paying.
Mm-hmm.
So no, what's up? Let me see what you're saying.
Yeah,
you know,
facts.
it's like, and like, yo, people love buying, but they hate being sold to. That's like that's one thing I learned very early. It's like, oh, I just gotta make dude think it's his idea to buy Rogers. You know, like I just gotta stand there, look pretty. And bro, people just buy into
You just gotta make it make sense for people, man. Like you just gotta talk their language. Like you don't want to sound like a sales guy.
You know, that's one thing I actually had a very big problem with because like when I got into sales, I didn't know I was good at sales. I just like I could sell. Like I told you about my past and like about how I used to sell drugs or whatever. Like I grew up like selling phones. Like I've sold like a lot of product. There's no such thing like, as a salesman. You know, there's no such thing as a product.
Exactly.
There's just like you're selling yourself. People buy into you,
right.
And the second people buy into you, like they're sold on whatever the fuck you have.
Yeah.
Like it could be nonsense, but people will buy it because it's your nonsense, right?
Exactly.
So what I learned like actually about sales is like, yo, I could have the worst product, but if I believe that's a good product, if I have conviction in it, it'll sell. It'll sell. That's all it is, just believing in what you're selling, right?
100%.
And then it boiled down to like, I don't even really know the product anymore because I just believe in myself. And like, I just be in the middle of, bro, I could tell you, I'd be like in the middle of like, Ottawa, on like a mop hall like jewelry shop, and I just be making jokes, cracking jokes with like the old like grandma there, and like I wouldn't be doing it to get a sale, just because it's freezing. I'm trying to go back outside,
right.
And then boom, it's a sale because like you build that rapport, that connection, that relationship.
Rapport is definitely key. Like I've been in some people's houses in Sudbury. Like there's not a lot of black people. There's not colored people in Sudbury. Period. Like there's I was there for a year and a half and I counted 40 black people.
Oh shit!
In a year and a half.
There's one.
Oh shit! But like I've been invited in people's houses, had dinner with the whole family. Like I've had their mom try to like marry me to their daughters. I swear to God, like I'm like I don't know if I can say this, like, but I've done some I met some good people, some good customers that really blessed the man them. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just because they love me. Like I'm not good at sales. Actually, I am good at sales.
Yeah, like I was like, wait, what?
Like when I first started doing sales, I was absolutely terrible. Like they were gonna fire me. That's how bad I was.
Same.
But in sales, it's not about being good at sales. It's about having confidence and and having conviction. That's literally it. If you have confidence and conviction, you're like 80% of the way there.
Yeah.
And then it's just product knowledge. Like, okay, this is what I'm selling.
Yeah.
Do you want it?
Yeah. It's like, oh, by the way, yeah, because that's funny. Because when I was doing like Sick Kids or Donor Works, and like I'd open the customer would open the door and they'd be like, oh hey, how are you? And like I notice a kid. Yeah. I ignore the family. Like I live ignore them for like a good 10 minutes and have like a full out like non-verbal communication conversation with like a 3-year-old. Right. And they're like, oh, this guy's spitting. Like, what's he saying? You know, and like we're going back and forth, and then they're like, oh, so you're from Sick Kids. I'm like, oh, by the way, nothing crazy. I'm here from Sick Kids. Just here to tell you we're doing a campaign in the area. Right. You've obviously heard of Sick Kids versus and getting the whole pitch, and then they'd be like, yeah, and that the whole time like they're like, oh, this guy actually cares about kids because I do. I like talking to kids, and like the reason I was doing that job. Because I thought I was genuinely making a difference in the lives of kids. For sure. Make sure you guys find out if you're working at a charity how many cents in the dollar is going to the charity, because I was pissed when I found out. And what happened is like I actually started like I ignored the parents and like you start building rapport with the kids and like that's how you actually have fun. Right. And like I think that's the main thing. Like people lose track of like what they enjoy about life, right? It's just so much about profit these days. So much about like. Money, I gotta get bills paid, this, that, and it's like, where's the passion? Like, what do you do after your bills are good? Like, what are you gonna go do? Like, okay, you've been struggling for like a month and a half to pay bills, your bills are good, now what? You're just gonna rest and do nothing? Like, that sounds like a pretty shitty fucking life. That's like terrible. And like Jim Carrey was saying, Jim Carrey said that thing, he's like, yo, if you have to wake up for 5 days in a week and then say, thank God it's Friday on the 5th day to enjoy 2 days of rest from a job you hate, doing something you hate, like drinking beer all day and doing nothing, that's a disgusting life, and like
that's depressing as fuck.
That's depressing as shit. I'm sorry, but that's depressing. Like, yo, I'd rather put in 80, 90 hours a week for myself and get what I want slower than have to sacrifice my time and energy for someone else.
1,000,000%.
You can understand if you come from sales, like the energy, like the cadence, like how you move, the swagger and everything that you bring to a sales office is like, that's who you are.
Yeah.
Like that's, again, it's transferable. Right? It's transferable.
1,000,000%. And like for me personally, like I'm naturally like an introvert. Like I can sit at home, listen to music and not talk to the world for days. But like when I do sales, like I have to like bring it out of me. Like it's in there, but for sure. But I just have to work a little bit more. So sometimes I do feel like on a Friday, like shit, like I need to take a break from the world. Like I've exerted so much extra energy
for the week,
for the whole entire week, and that I just need to take like a day. If I have that just one day.
You're not on autopilot starting to cut you off on those 5 days saying,
that's
just I gotta get it done. It's like no,
everything's intentional.
Yeah,
everything that is intentional.
That's important. Intention is important.
That's 1,000,000%. Like I have like a whiteboard, like I have my vision board. I just literally set in front of my bed. I see it the last thing before I go to bed. First thing I see when I wake up. So like my intentions are set from the Sunday that I do them, and I see them for the rest of the week. So it's there every day. It's just banging me in the head. Just like get the shit done. Like focus on your thoughts. And that's how I get shit done, man.
Yeah, that's big energy.
Yeah,
that's big energy. We've kind of rambled for a bit, so I'm gonna wrap this up by asking you. Like, not that I don't want you here, it's just I do have more interviews coming.
No,
I do want to touch base with you before we leave. So what does creative expression mean to you, Dillon?
Creative expression is just, I think it's just life. How you live life, how you carry yourself, your demeanor, your body language. That's all creative expression. Like how you dress, the way you talk. That's creative expression. Everything is creative expression. We're all creatives at the end of the day. Just having the intention and the awareness of being a creative that separates the super creative people from just normal people.
Yeah, and I think that's again the awareness and the acceptance that hey, this is like a field I'm putting myself in, but it's not a box I'm closing myself to, right? It's like I'm a creative, but like what does that mean to me? What does that mean for others?
Right.
For me, a creative is someone that just can like manifest their thoughts into a medium. But then creative expression is again what you said, how people draw, how they like walk, how they dress, how they carry themselves.
Right.
And it's like creativity is just come to like a point where it's like it's everywhere. It's really everywhere. Like how you decorate your crib, how you like what color your car is. It's like creative expression for me personally is a form of healing because like it really does help people speak the truth. It helps people like really like understand like, oh, you know what, like this is what happened. I could either exist within this trauma and fucked up situation, or I could exist without it, outside from it, and make some art about it that can help me process it better.
Got you.
And like that's for me, like creative expression is just a form of like, it's a means of outlet. It's a means of growth, and it's a means of understanding, hey, you know what, like, because like what you said about intentions, like I'm gonna share you with my daily routine doc after this. I'm working on an ebook. Basically, it's like it just talks about like everything I do is with intention. From like a simple like Instagram story post I make that's like, you know, like it has the intention to like put out some kind of emotion out there, like you know, to elicit an emotional response from people. And it's like I think the main thing with creativity and intention is that this is something like I've been thinking for a while, but artistic intention is not the same as audience interpretation. Right? Like artist intention is not the same as audience interpretation. And that's where I think creative expression gets kind of jarred and you know like kind of weird because you look at like a perfect example is hip hop. You look at like Lil Baby and all these guys like they're not exactly glorifying the street scene, right? And like I thought they were at first, but then I started actually kind of listening to like, oh, they're not really glorifying it. They're talking about what they had to do to get out.
Right.
Then you go look at UK drill music, which I also enjoy. And it's like, oh no, these guys are glorifying. You're like these guys are actually glorifying.
It's a bit different.
So it's like it's about the intention, right? So for like Lil Baby or whatever, it's to talk about their struggles. How they got it literally out the mud, doing what they had to do to get them to that point in life.
For sure.
But the other dude is like, no, look at me, I'm cool. Like I'm still doing this and I'm still getting my money. Like, look at me, I'm cool. It's the intention is like one's glorifying it and the other's like, you know what, like all this shit like I had to do to get to where I'm at, but I don't condone it.
Right.
And I think that's like the main thing with like where intention comes in creativity because again, as an artist, like I could like bro, I was talking to my buddy Yusuf about this the other day and it's like, yo, if this was like a white painting with like a squiggly line on it, someone would buy it for $1 probably. It's abstract art.
Yeah,
you know, like it's abstract art, quote unquote. So it's like the artistic intention and like the audience interpretation really plays into effect with if there's no intentions with what people are doing in the creative expression.
Right. I 1,000% agree with that. It's like the energy, because you can feel. I don't know if like not. Maybe this is just me. Like I can feel the energy like around me, like in the universe. Like so, like I can feel the intention of like an artist, for example. We just talked about Jack Harlow on the podcast the other day, and I kind of compared him to Russ in terms of like making music. He sounds very Russy to me. So like with Russ, you can feel the energy, you can feel his aura, you can feel his bravado. But with Jack Harlow, there's no soul in the music. Like I just feel like he's just going in there to make the money, and then that's it. You know what I mean? So with different artists, you can feel that. Like the UK guys, you can feel the intention with their music. You can feel the intention with Lil Baby. You know what I mean? So that's just me. Like I don't know if everybody feels that way, but you can feel the energy in the music, in anything, in any art. So that's why like a squiggly line piece of art can be sold for $1 billion, and like this another painting could not. You know what I mean? Because you can feel the intention, you can feel the energy through the art.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Very true. I have no other questions. It's been great. I just want to make sure we don't know the camera's still rolling.
Yeah, no worries.
Do you have any other questions?
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
The next 5 years?
Yeah.
Doing exactly what I'm doing now, but just scaling for growth. Like right now, like it's come to a point where it's like this is the first year of my life that I haven't chased money. Like it's the first year of my life. You know what? Let's just see what I love and like let's just kind of take a step back and like for me to say I'm gonna wake up and not worry about getting money. Yeah. Like that's like if you know me, you're just like whoa. Like, you know like what the fuck is this guy talking about? Because like yo, that was me. Like I was that money motivated person. I was like yo, money. Till I realized like yo, money isn't shit. Like you know, money really isn't shit. It's like yo, because I was doing the same stupid shit with the money, and it's like it's impact over income now. So it's like this is the first year where I realized like yo, what are my passions? What am I good at? What do I want from life? This is the first time as a 25-year-old in society that I asked myself. I looked in the mirror and I said, what do I want from life? Like fuck everyone else's noise. What do I want? And like it came to a point where it's like I'm attracting money now. Yeah. It's like it's not even like I need to chase it. Like of course everyone has bills to have to worry about. I do too, but it's like I'm attracting money to the point. It's like yo, I don't even worry about money. I don't operate from a place of profit because like I just love what I do so much. But that's a part of why I'm overworking myself because I love it so much. But like yo, the profit, it's like for me the money is just you attract it once you start doing what you love and you're aligned with who you are.
You gotta fall in love with the process.
Yeah, and like people don't like the process, man. I like you said that. People don't like the process, bro. I love the process because yo, I've been through many processes and I'm still going through a process right now. And like for me, it's about like I've built a lot of what I'm doing all this year. I built everything I'm doing this year, but for me now it's just maintaining the growth because like I have so many ventures going on. It's like I need help, you know, from amazing people like you and other people to help me because I just need to sustain the growth. What about you? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself having my own media company and doing the same shit, and scaling for growth. And just I want to create a platform for artists in the city and across Canada. And I'm going to create a platform for artists in the city just to showcase because we don't have many platforms around here. And like we have so many talented artists, not even just like musicians, but like videographers. Like I'm a girl that's doing a film, a web series right now. She's doing a casting call for a web series right now. I'm like, when the fuck did that happen? Yeah, like I didn't know about these things. Like, so why don't we have these platforms to help showcase the talent that we have in the city? So I'm gonna create this platform.
I like that. I'm on board with that because like yo, one thing about like you know about the music, so when you look at Atlanta, there's like, you know, like all these bigger guys helping the newer guys come up, and it's like, yo, bro, come, like, I'll show you what worked for me. Over here, it's like, yo, nah, fuck that guy, that's the op, and it's like, bro, this is why Toronto has no stars.
But not even just that, like, why can't Cardinal Official take an artist from the city and be like, yo, I'm gonna make this guy the next big thing?
Yeah, because Cardinal, no one thinks Cardinal Official is cool.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like, that's fucking nuts to me, though. Cardinal was one of the originals, bro.
No, he was there before Drake. If you were actually in the music scene, like, listening to it, like, yo, I remember, like, going to, like a We Day concert or some shit like in the back in like grade 9 and everyone was like from the and like that was like
that's crazy.
Yeah, like bro, it's crazy because like dude was getting paid. Like no, dude was actually getting paid off the music. Like he was going on tour with Akon and like overseas and stuff. Like he was actually the only guy out here making bread off the music. Then everyone's looking into like Cash Page, like Drake and stuff and all that. And it's like yo, bro, People are dweebs, and I'll say this on camera. If Drake sold you a dream that you're a little hot ass little kid from the block that can go make it as a rapper, he sold you a fucking dream and you bought that, and you sunk your teeth into it, and you're not gonna let that shit go because that's what he wants. He picked a couple of these dweebs like Pressa, like bro, I don't even care. I'll say this on camera. He picked these little kids, these guys. If you actually know who owns your music and what's going on, the OGs behind the scene, I don't want to get into that in the podcast, but like you know, it's not normal. And it's like he picked Pressa and all this, and it's like, all right, you and like you in the back, you're gonna blow. Everyone else, you're gonna watch them blow. Yeah. Now everyone's looking like, oh, bro, these guys can do it, but so can we. It's like, nah, you guys are stupid. That's cannot do it like how they did. Like, you know?
Yeah, because if you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, like they can show you like the smoke and mirrors and shit like that, but you never really know what's going on behind the scenes.
Who's funding it? Where the money's going to? Which like actual corporation enterprise is collecting the stream money and stuff? What that's going back into? Like you know,
that's a deeper conversation.
Yeah, like we should actually do a podcast about that.
That's a real conversation still, for real.
Yeah, man. That's everything I have to ask, bro. You have any questions?
No, I'm good. That's great.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you, Dillon.
Bro.
I want to welcome you to New Empire Media, man.
Perfect. Thank you, man.
All right. This is gonna be uploaded later today. Hope everyone has a great day.
So.